that means a single depending what you design. That's how I think. This is the contextual projects. Like you have a lot of possibility to think about how can we design it, model it, and implement those endpoints. Well, and then even though those endpoints, you need to think about your front-end technology. That's why it's really a little bit complex, but you need to clearly understand. So that means you are thinking from the backend server to the middle API level and the front-end level. Then how the front-end technology and its effect your models, its effect your endpoint definitions. That's why I said the lot of possibilities. These endpoints has a lot of possibility, lots of the combination of the you technology stacks. I mean that one. So that means you independently register your geometry, and then after the registration of geometry done, and then you take your keys and put it this key into the respective your real registrations. Real object registration means the your plot, buildings, floor, and unit registration. Let's look for the building ones. Exactly same. The building itself has informations and then it has a geometry informations, one-to-many geometry informations. And even though the units are the same things, the unit has own informations, and the unit has a geometry informations. Sorry. And then it has the unit has same informations, it has own information, and then it has the geometry information where, so it says additional information, how height is it from the mean sea level. All the information is stored there. In future, if they needed additional attribute, just you can edit, build your models, change your models, and it automatically injected the you additional attributes. It depends, because this is the dynamic settings ORM, so it works what they needed, but it is the initial idea how it works. So model definition done. Now let's see how the repository already defined many more repository for different purposes. I will explain you later this one when I talk about later this the developments and the service definitions, all the building controller definitions, building controllers all are defined is properly, and this is the geometry controllers all are defined, and the service definition that you have the service definitions, and then you have all the service implementations. So this is the all interface definitions, what you need, the CRUD operations, additional operation that's need complex processes, even though paging, sorting, and all things is there. So all it possible. So what I did already development, but and this I will continue the further development. I will make the screencast out of that one, next every step from that one. Maybe it will be the really multicast screencast with the two projects. It will the development and install the build your jar files, your packaging with the Spring Boot profiles, and then how can you install the independently this jar file into the different machines. I will show you later this one. I already had it this now. So it's a package implementations. You see the implementation is there. It's everything perfect. It works. Sorry. So you see the geometry is a little bit complex storage. So all the lot of checks is there. A lot of checks is there. I will discuss that later. This one. So utility part, when the additional functionalities you need just to transform. This is the one of the most important functions. How I transform the geometry to the you pass the coordinate points and store this geometry to the your backend server. This is the transformation between the your respective backend server supporting function geometry storage informations. So this is the transformer. That's I mean the transformer is here. So you pass the coordinate points and transform it and store into the backend server. So what we need to do, look for our backend server, the databases. And here see the Spring Boot profiling, and this is the test package. I started already JUnit testing. I will show you detail how the JUnit test works, and then it works. Just stay with the screencast, and I will every step you get from very beginning level to the up to the professional level. How can you really enterprise level complex application? That's I did last 10 years. just I try to share with you my research works that I'm trying to do. This is my one of the hobby job. I try to continue with you, just share your ideas and subscribe the channels and share your ideas, concept. We can work together. How can we do contribute to those ideas and concept into the communities, in the development communities, or we can work together. So let's have our database server, the backend server. I have the PG admin install. So you need the PG admin also. That's I already forget it. So that means your developments, you need that IntelliJ or Eclipse or STS tools, being test tool suites, or any IDE, it doesn't matter which IDE, or even though code blocks, maybe Visual Studio is possible also. And then you need you for your database server, you need a database administrator, maybe PG admin or MI admin for MySQL database, or Oracle admin, so Oracle database management systems. And then maybe for testing you need a Postman. That means you install your IDE, your testing tools like Postman or client, REST client, or doesn't matter what tool, or SOAP UI, the alternative tools, and for your database server. So let's have a look for the database server. So I have a PostGIS 9.3 database server. So you see the database 33 database for my different research projects. And then this is the one of the database that's how we're looking. We already created it. And then if I go there, so there is a script, maybe open. I already store into the script into the instances. So before you try to start the projects, just you create database. This is our database name, and into the application properties file, and set the usernames and password. And this is the PostGIS extension, because we need the geo functionalities, the extension. Then otherwise you cannot store the information. If you see the the database, if I go to the database here, schema public, and this is the extensions. All the extension is the PostGIS extension. You see the PostGIS extension, and then you see the functions. You see because all the geo functionality is there. So the functionalities, if you extend the PostGIS database, so 1,500 functionality at the moment. This had it. So geo functionality. This is our sequence generation tables, and this is our all tables. That's I have it. Yeah, so sorry. Address information, geometric GIS data, like geometric GIS information, reference information, user registrations, and user role information. If I go there, the console, you can see what that address information had it. So you see some information is there. So while the play a little bit test, all the test informations, and you can see the polygon type, or store the polygon geometry. You can store the line, points, polygons, and use the geometry objects. So this is geometry information that you have, and this is the coordinate information. Coordinate information that's you have it in here. That's you pass in store the coordinate information from the Dhaka city, and then you just write all these examples. So this is an example of the binary coordinate informations. You can look for that one, and this is the user registration, how the models works. This is our models register, and some examples here, some data I already played, and so all the pictures, and nothing is there. There is no pictures, and this is information. I did some test with the Postman. These are role informations. So these are all information, the D1, D2, and then some example information. And user geometry information, is something there? No, there is nothing. I didn't did nothing. So maybe later I will give you some example. Here is some example. some IDs and the city, and then all the necessary informations, and then this is your and the geometry information stored there, and then your coordinate information. So I stored two parts, and the coordinate part itself independently for the different purposes, and the geometry part for the other purposes. That's why I really divided this information. If I need, because some application is not possible to handle this geometry object. Sorry. So